Think about who has the keys to your car right now. Are you absolutely certain that every single one of those people is covered by your insurance? Because if a new spouse, a newly licensed teen, or even a roommate borrows your car regularly, well, an outdated policy could literally cost you everything. Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're going to unpack exactly how and, more importantly, why you need to keep your auto insurance up to date whenever your household changes. Let's kick things off with a pretty high-stakes scenario. Picture this. A friend or family member borrows your car to run a quick errand. They get into a wreck, and they aren't listed anywhere on your policy. So what happens next? Well, as one verified State Farm agent put it online, the reality is incredibly blunt. Failing to list regular drivers can lead to massive financial risk. We're talking claims being entirely denied. And worse, State Farm has every right to just cancel your policy altogether, leaving you completely exposed. Okay, so here's our roadmap for This Explainer. We'll cover understanding your policy, eligibility and requirements, the step-by-step process, costs and discounts, common pitfalls, and finally, resources and support.
All right, Section 1, Understanding Your Policy.
The absolute most crucial thing to grasp here is how State Farm views the people getting behind your wheel. It comes down to distinguishing between regular use and permissive use. Basically, a regular driver uses your car more than once a month, and they absolutely must be added to your policy. Permissive use, on the other hand, covers someone who rarely borrows it. So think of it as the vital difference between a roommate who runs weekly errands for you versus an out-of-town friend who borrows the car once a year.
Moving right along to Section 2, Eligibility and Requirements.
So who actually needs to be formally added to your paperwork? If you've got a newly licensed teen or actually even a young adult child living at home, they need to be on there. Same goes for a new spouse or partner, any family members who have moved in with you, or honestly just anyone driving your car more than 12 times a year. State Farm requires them to be listed.
Now, what's really fascinating here is that your local state laws might actually speed up this timeline. Take California, for example. The law there requires you to act before your teen even gets their official license. They literally have to be added to your policy the moment they get a learner's permit.
Okay, Section 3, the step-by-step process.
Once you know who needs to be added, getting them onto your policy is surprisingly straightforward. You can handle the whole shebang through their digital self-service channel. Just log in to statefarm.com or use the app, select your specific auto policy, hit Add a Driver, pop in their demographic data, and then carefully review the quoted premium change before you hit Submit. But hey, quick heads up. Despite all that digital convenience, user experiences show that you might still need to place a quick call to your local agent to get the transaction officially bound. Often, an agent just needs to manually approve the request on their end to finalize it. To make sure that process is smooth and you don't hit any delays, gather all the vital info before you start clicking or calling. You're going to need their full legal name, date of birth, gender, social security number, their driver's license number, and the issuing state, plus an accurate account of their driving history. Yes, that includes any tickets or accidents. And here is some really great news for your peace of mind. The second you approve that addition, your new driver can legally and safely hit the road. Temporary coverage kicks in immediately, keeping everyone protected while the full underwriting paperwork catches up over the next 24 to 48 hours.
Which brings us to Section 4, what to expect with costs and discounts.
Look, adding a driver does change your financial math, and honestly, it's all about risk. Adding a teenage driver, typically between 16 and 24, is going to cost significantly more because of their limited experience. This is a stark contrast to the much lower impact of adding, say, an experienced spouse with a spotless driving record. But don't panic. To balance the scales, State Farm offers incredibly robust discounts that can massively offset these new costs. Adding a student, maintaining a B average or higher can yield up to a 25% good student discount. Taking an approved defensive driving course, that knocks off up to 15%. Plus, you can grab an instant 10% discount just for signing up for their telematics program. And that telematics program, called Drive Safe and Save, is pretty much the ultimate carrot for new drivers. It's an app that monitors habits like acceleration, hard braking, and even phone distraction. It rewards safe driving with up to 30% in savings. And the absolute best part, State Farm says they will never increase your premiums for bad driving under this specific program.
All right, Section 5, Common Pitfalls and How to Avoid Them.
Let's tackle a really common question. Say you've got a roommate with an absolutely terrible driving record, and you're terrified of your premium spiking. Can you simply list them as an excluded driver on your policy to dodge the extra cost? You're going to want to think twice about that. While you can exclude them in some states, excluded drivers get zero coverage, none. If they grab your keys and crash, you are entirely financially liable for all the damages. Furthermore, states like New York, Michigan, and Virginia actually ban named driver exclusions entirely. So it's a huge risk.
Finally, Section 6, additional resources and support.
Because dealing with insurance bureaucracy can be tricky, it's super important to know where to turn if you hit a roadblock. Whether you prefer tapping an app or talking to a real human, State Farm gives you a few ways to ensure these household changes are handled properly. You can use their mobile app, dial 1-800-STATE-FARM, or go the traditional route and speak directly with your local agent. Now, just a quick reminder that this explainer is a general educational guide. The information we've covered is based on current policies, but your local agent really is the ultimate authority for your specific geographic and household needs. Always consult directly with them for the most tailored, up-to-date guidance. So, I want to leave you with this thought. Is your household fully protected today? Are you absolutely sure everyone with the keys to your car is properly insured right now? It takes just a few minutes to update your policy, but failing to do so could impact your financial future for years to come. Go check your policy today. Thanks so much for joining us on this explainer.